All right, so I'm trying something different here. My camera is suspended from the roof on a piece of iron with a motorcycle clamp clamped to the iron. Um, in any case, I this video is an update video. I um, realized that I have posted a lot of videos in the past when I was a heavier person, when I was fatter, and I hit a certain point about 2 or 3 years ago, and I decided that I was coming up on 40 and I wanted to get in better shape before I hit my 40s. And so I started really working on getting in better shape. And I have never, since I was 15, I had really not been below about 250. And about 2 or 3 years ago, it hit a peak where I was around 290. And I decided it was too much. My feet hurt, my ankles hurt, my knees hurt. I was still building houses, still blacksmithing. I still did everything that I normally did, climbed ladders, walked on roofs, anything you can think of. I did it anyway. And I was very, like, my heart rate and my blood pressure and everything was low. I had good blood pressure, good heart rate, and I just was a lot heavier. And I've always heard that it's harder to lose weight and get in shape after 40. And so I wanted to go ahead and try and build up to that and to get in better shape before I hit my 40s. So 2 or 3 years ago, I started that. I think it was right at 2.5 years ago, something like that. And today I weigh 215. Now I have been down as low as 211, 212, but right now I've got muscle mass on me. I'm gonna set this coffee down. I've got I've got some muscle. My forearms are still good because I'm blacksmithing and carpenter, and I'm wearing an extra large shirt. You can see I've got a little bit of a belly. I drink coffee, but my face is not as round as it was. And what did I change to get here? I turned 40 last week, and I feel like it was a success. I lost 75 pounds in about 2.5 years, and I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. Now, my voice is different right now because I cleaned the house yesterday and I've got a lot of drainage from dust. I have a dust problem. But I feel a lot better. My feet don't hurt, my ankles don't hurt, my knees don't hurt, none of my joints hurt, my back doesn't hurt. I'm strong. I'm not as strong. I could pick up, like, I've got a giant welder here. I can pick it up, but I didn't have as much of a strain picking it up when I was 280, 290 because I was used to toting that weight around, and I'm just not toting that weight anymore. So I'm not as, like, bulk, just mule strength that I was, I guess. I'm strong, and I'm going to get stronger from here on out. I'm down at a weight that I like. So if I can convert more of my fat to muscle and end up being stronger at this weight, I'll stay 215, 215, 220, something like that. That's fine. I feel good at that weight. And but in any case, all I did to get here was I quit eating so much. I have a lot of people that know me, that I've done jobs for and stuff, and I'll show up and they haven't seen me in a year, and they'll go, "Man, you lost a lot of weight," and I'll just tell them, "Yeah, I lost a couple pounds." But what did I do? Well, I quit eating breakfast. I don't eat breakfast, and breakfast is my favorite meal still. I like sausage and eggs and bacon and grits and all that stuff, and any way you can cook it. I like all that stuff, biscuits and gravy and all that stuff. And I just cut out breakfast for the most part. On the weekends, like yesterday was Saturday, I ate. I picked a handful of huckleberries down here in the backyard, which is our wild blueberries, and I made blueberry pancakes yesterday. And so I ate pancakes with the boys. But generally, I don't eat breakfast. Maybe one day a week I'll eat something for breakfast. Usually, I'll eat a meal around 2 or 3 o'clock. I don't eat anything from the time I wake up till 2 or 3 o'clock. I just pretty much drink coffee. And my coffee, I cut out sugar for the most part. Just like the meal I had yesterday for breakfast, every great once in a while I get a Coke and a candy bar. Maybe once a month. once every couple months. I'll get a Snickers bar and a canned Coke, but or a Mexican Coke if you can find them. But generally, I don't ingest any sugar. I also, by the way of sugar, I don't ingest a lot of wheat products. So I've found that pasta and breads stick with you, and they drag you down, and they make you feel slow, and they make you feel heavy, and they stay on you. You can gain, if I go a week and eat pasta and everything all week long, I'll gain 2 pounds or 3 pounds by the end of the week. And if you eat meats and vegetables and some fruit, I don't eat a lot of fruit. I'll eat a banana. I'll eat an apple more often than I eat a banana. But I keep bananas and apples in the house for the boys, and they can eat fruit whenever they want. And I'll eat a banana or an apple about once a week or every couple of weeks. And it's not a schedule. I'm not picky. I just sometimes I feel like an apple, and I'll pick one up and I'll eat it. I don't eat sandwiches anymore because I don't eat bread. So my lunches consist of, I have a little stainless steel lunch tin, and I'll get up in the morning before I go to work, and I'll take 2 chicken thighs, and I'll cut them up, and I'll saute them in some butter, a little bit of salt and pepper, and some chili powder, and sometimes I'll throw in a poblano pepper or a jalapeno pepper, and I'll saute that with it, and I'll throw all that in a tin, and it'll just be meat and peppers. And then every great once in a while, I'll cut up a potato with it, because the potatoes don't hit you as hard as the bread does. You can eat a potato, and it's a totally different thing than if you eat even one slice of bread or 2 slices of bread. And so I'll take that, and all I'll do at lunch is I'll set that on my dash and let it warm up while I'm working. When I go to eat lunch, I'll go sit in the truck, and I'll take my fork or my chopsticks, whatever I got, and I'll eat that. And that's my lunch. And when I get home, I'll eat, you know, another chicken breast or something else, or some eggs. Sometimes I'll scramble myself 3 or 4 eggs and put a couple slices of cheese on it. It's just protein. So if you do vegetables and protein, you'll lose weight. It probably is about 60 or 80 grams of protein on average a day. Some days more, some days less. But the and when I'm working out a lot, I'll do even more. I'll eat extra eggs. I'll eat extra milk or whatever I've got. And of course, when I scramble eggs, I'm putting milk in it. When I'm drinking coffee, this is oat milk. I've actually gotten to where I like the oat milk, the unsweetened oat milk, with my coffee just because of the flavor. And the cow's milk tastes like fat. When you put it in there, it tastes like old fat sometimes with the coffee. And I think it's a new thing with cow's milk that I noticed. And I don't have a problem with milk. I like the flavor of oat milk in my coffee, but no sweeteners. And of course, I'll go out to eat with my wife sometimes on the weekend. We'll go to, a restaurant or whatever. Like if I go to these restaurants in town, sometimes I'll get a burger, but I really don't eat a lot of beef anymore. I eat mostly chicken. If I'm going to eat meat, I'll eat mostly chicken. Sometimes I'll eat pork. I'll have frozen sausage patties in the fridge, and I'll stir fry them up and throw eggs in with them and scramble it. That's good protein too. But mostly, it's protein and it's less calories. It's probably something like, I don't know, probably 1,800 calories a day if you just eat protein. You'd be amazed how much calories you cut out if you don't eat sweets, if you don't eat sugar, if you don't eat breads. You lose so much calorie content in your diet. Um, Now I'll eat dried stuff, raisins, dates, pistachios, almonds, walnuts, stuff like that. I don't really even count those. I just throw them in with whatever I'm eating if I'm eating something. Um, Now I will say, doesn't matter how fat you are. I weigh myself every morning when I get up. I'll get out of bed. I'll be wearing a t-shirt, and I'll be wearing my underwear or my sleeping shorts, whatever I'm in, and I'll weigh myself consistently every single morning. And you'll fluctuate depending on how much water you drink and how much stuff you eat. You'll fluctuate 2 or 3 pounds on a day or 2 day basis. But what you're looking for is the trend. And if you weigh yourself every day, even if you feel bad about it, even if you go, man, I'm gaining weight, I'm getting fat, you'll still be aware of where you're at, and you can gauge it. You'll get a mental note of, I think I'm gaining more weight. And sometimes I'll get on there and I'll play the game. I'll go, well, I was 215 day before yesterday. And yesterday I was 216. I bet I'm 219 today, and I'll get on there and I'll be 217. I'll be excited because I didn't gain as much weight as I thought. But it's not about the weight necessarily, because muscle mass weighs good. Like, I get up this morning, I did push-ups. Usually every day, like every day last week, I did push-ups, did kettlebell swings. I'll get out with a sledgehammer. I've got to stomp out in the yard. I'm wearing down slowly with a 10-pound sledgehammer or 12-pound sledgehammer. And uh, in physical exertion, you need to keep moving. Don't sit down. Stay off the internet. Kind of just read a book and then go outside and do something. Build, blacksmith, build a house, um, do something physical. It's not the amount, it's not the type of work you're doing. It's the motion, because you have to burn the calories, you have to burn the fat on your body. And if you're not eating anything, like I haven't eaten anything this morning, and it's nearly 12 o'clock today. I've drank half a pot of coffee with oat milk in it, and the oat milk has some calories to it. The Barista's Choice oat milk is the best oat milk. Um, but you got to burn, got to use the fuel that you've got. And so you're using the fuel. And if you sit around, you'll gain weight. It's just, you're going to eat because you're hungry, and then you're going to gain weight. But in the summertime, I lose weight anyway. But constant motion, get out and walk, get out and do something, mow the yard, pick up sticks. I got out here one day and all I did was pick up junk, and I started a burning brush fire here in the yard, and I started piling brush on it, burning old wood, because I got, being a carpenter, I have, you can't see them here, but I've got stacks of wood, 2x4s right there, flooring over there, treated wood down there. I save stuff, and when it gets too far gone, I just burn it. And but I spent all day doing that, or half a day doing that, and 3 or 4 hours, and I was sweating. I felt good afterwards. Physical movement, water, drink water. I drink water and I drink coffee. I don't drink a lot of anything else. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. Um, I inhale enough smoke from the forge already and from the wood heater, so I don't need any additional smoke. But but no, it's never too late to start. And I feel like my 2 year, 3 year goal coming up into my 40s, I did exactly what I wanted to do. This is a success. Lost 75 pounds, feel good, got muscle. I mean, right arm, left arm. I can just tell my face is not round. My neck is skinnier than it was. I was like round. And I can see it in my driver's license photos and the old videos that I have up. And and I feel a lot better. Like, I get up, I don't feel like it's a lot of work moving. I can get up and walk up the driveway, walk upstairs, walk downstairs, nothing. And I did that all the time as a heavier person. But it's the thing is people don't want to say you're fat. They don't want to offend you. I was fat. I was physically fit as far as I could move and I could lift and I could work, and I could do it for 14, 16 hours straight without a break, without getting out of breath. But I was still fat at 290. I was fat. And if you're 290, you're fat. If you're, unless you're 7 feet tall, if you're not like one of these world's strongest men, you're fat at 280, 290, 260, 270. And it's just the way it is. I'm right at 6 feet, and at 290, I was big. I couldn't fit through two studs. Like right now, I can go between stud wall, 16-inch stud wall, and my shoulders, the back of my shoulders, and my chest will clear it just barely, and my stomach's way in because I'm narrower here than I am up here. And I used to bow those studs out going through them, and that's a big deal when you're a carpenter. When you climb up through rafters and you can't get between 16-inch centers, that's actually an issue. And I feel a lot better on the job, climbing scaffolds, being on roofs. I don't feel like I'm going to go through the roof now. And I used to be real careful about what I stepped on when I was on a roof, because I just knew it would break. Um, but that's stuff that you don't realize until you get lighter, and then you're like, I was fat. When you're heavy, you're like, man, I'm pretty good. I'm in shape. I can do all this stuff. I can pick up, 16 foot 6x6 on my shoulder. I can still do that. It's not as easy as it was when I was heavier, because my legs were stronger, my torso was stronger because it was carrying all that weight. But something to think about. And this is my situation update, just turning 40 in, about a week ago. So 40 years old, 215 pounds, feel pretty good. I can still do 15 or 20, 25 push-ups. I'm actually getting into doing push-ups. I can do chin-ups. I can squat a pretty good amount of weight. I can pick up a pretty good amount of weight. I don't know what I bench. I haven't been in the gym in a while. But I feel good. And I encourage anybody out there that's watching this, it doesn't take much. It may seem like, oh, that's 2 or 3 years of your life to get there. But when you get there, you're like, that was nothing. I feel great. The next 2 or 3 years, I'm going to see if I can put on more muscle and get stronger, because I'm going to eventually hit the downhill side of age. I'm going to hit 50 or 60, and I'm going to start losing the muscle mass and the fitness. And I want to be, before I hit my 50s and 60s, the goal now is to be as strong as I can be before I hit my 50s and 60s, because I know after that it's an uphill climb. So anyway, y'all have a good day. And this is probably the longest video I've posted in a year. So I'll catch y'all later.